let's start our today's session of polity classes. Okay, I am covering about the parliament, okay, in which I am going through the details of ordinary bills, that how any ordinary bills becomes an act. Okay, what is the procedures according to which any bill will be tabled in the Parliament of India, and what are the procedures that will become a act. Okay, so let's see about that. Okay, so let's see today our discussion. It is about Parliament of India, as all of you know. Okay, so we will move inside next one that will say something else, that is ordinary bills. Okay, let's see. I am just revising one. Okay, I am just revising about the yesterday lecture so that you can easily pick up our today's session. Okay, so in just 2 minutes I am revising that. This is only for ordinary bills. Okay, you will not take whatever I have said you yesterday and I will tell you right now. You have to take all the process only in regard with which one? Only in regard with ordinary bills. Okay, not money bills, financial bills or constitutional amendment bills. This is the whole process only for ordinary bills. Okay, so yesterday I have told you that first of all, any private member and even any minister can table ordinary bills in any of the house. Fine, I think I don't need to memorize the whole things about right now, that the whole things particularly said at what location and what point of focus at the parliament. Okay, yesterday I have covered all the things. Fine, so after that I have told you that if there will be the bill sent to the select committee or joint parliamentary, okay, after that if committee send any recommendation changes and after house receiving in it, okay, it is the point where I had finished yesterday. So but remember one thing, that even joint parliamentary committee or select committee can amend some few objectives or few sub parts, okay, few subtopics of the bill, but can't change the principality of the bill. If you are confusing in right now what I am saying, then you can see the lecture of yesterday class. Okay, you can easily get the whole things. So I am going to start where I have finished yesterday. So let's see, I am moving to the next one. Okay, see, yesterday I have covered about two readings, first reading and second reading. Till the second reading I hope all of you have got it. Okay, many of you are asking your doubts regularly. This is really helpful for all of you. Now let's see about third reading. Okay, third reading. After select committee or joint parliamentary committee send its recommendation, after scrutinize the bill, send back the bill to the house, then what happens? Then it comes to the third reading. Okay, I have already told you that you don't keep memorization these kinds of processes like first reading, second reading, third reading and fourth reading. No, not at all. You have to just look at that, what are the process as a whole, not like first reading and second reading or even third reading. So let's see, after the bill returned to the house by select committee or joint parliamentary, what happened, that either the debate will be accepted or rejected. Fine, it means whenever the joint parliamentary committee send back that bill or select committee send back to the bill to any of the house, okay, after that it is upon the parliament, that respective house, that either the debate will be accepted or rejected. If the debate will be rejected, if the majority of the house, okay, if the majority of house means here I am talking about how many number of MPs are present, majority will be count according to only them. Let's see how. Like if we talk about Lok Sabha, then total 543 MPs, but if today it is present only 300 MPs in today's proceedings of Lok Sabha, then what is the majority figure? It is 273 minimum or it is 151. It is 151. Okay, because it is already saying that in ordinary bills, whatever the number of MPs present in the house, okay, not in the actual one. So whatever the number of MPs present in the house, actually majority will count according to the present members of parliament on that house. Fine. So if the majority of that house will be in favor of debate and discussion of that particular bill, then that discussion will be accepted by the presiding officer. Okay, and after that debate and discussion will going on. If the majority of the house will not in favor of discussions and debates of that bill, then presiding officer cannot allow to discuss and debate on that bill. In that case, the bill will be rejected, discussion will be rejected on there itself, and the bill will be finished. Okay, the bill will not go ahead from second reading. Okay. The next point, that is saying that passing of the bill will depend on the majority of present members and voting. Fine. So after the debates, discussions going on, suppose we are just analyzing here that how any bills become an act. We are not analyzing that how any bills not becomes act. We are not analyzing it. Okay. So we will see only positive aspects, that how if this bill, if any bill will cross all the number of stages, then only that bill will become an act. Okay. So in that kind of thinking probability, we will not going to tell you that what happens when bill will not become an act. Okay. Only in few circumstances I will tell you about that what happens in that case when any bill becomes not the act. Okay. But since we are reading about that how bill becomes an act with regard to ordinary bills, then we will see that we will assume that each and every stage will be passed for this bill. Fine. So if the majority are in favor of the discussion of that bill, then the discussion debates will going on. After the discussions and debate will over, finally the time will come for the voting. Okay. And now this is about the first house. I have told you about the first reading, second reading, and now I am told you about the third reading. All things are now for first house. That first house is any house, that is even Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Wherever this bill is initiative in first instance, that will be termed as first house, or after passing from that house, that bill will be sent to the next house. If the first house passed it, then that bill will be sent to the next house. In that circumstances, that the next house will be termed as the second house. Okay. So all are now just coming with first house. Yesterday I have also what I have told you about first reading and second reading, all those are regarding with the first house, not with the second house. Okay. Wherever the need of the second house to tell you about, if this pass go to the second house, or from this is first house, then this is goes to the second house, then what are the compulsory things about that? I am telling you all the things. Okay. But see here, passing of the bill will depend on the majority of the present members. Majority of the members, not majority of the present members and voting. Okay. Whichever numbers of MPs are present, only they will allow to vote. Now see what happened. Here little bit confusion. Okay. Generally no books mention it, and even some faculty also missed it. Okay. But I am not going to miss here. See, majority of present members will vote. Okay. Majority of present member, if vote against that bill, then bill will not become an act. If the majority of present members will vote in favor of that bill, then that will be passed from that first house. Okay. But see a situation I am telling you right now. This generally happens also in Indian democratic system. Okay. Because India is a vast country and there are many more political parties present in our country. So sometimes you can see that, let's see, as I am talking about right now Lok Sabha, even we can talk about Rajya Sabha too. Just I am taking of example of Lok Sabha. Okay. The same thing you can take the example of Rajya Sabha too. But see here, all of you know that there are minimum 543 MPs present in right now in Lok Sabha. See, if today any ordinary bill tabled and not tabled, okay, first second reading have been done in previous class. If discussions after crossing through two stages, if discussions and debates also over, then what happened, that then did bill, okay, then that will be put for voting, okay, voting. But the result of voting will depend upon the present number of MP in that house. In that house means in first house, since we are talking about the first house right now. So all of you know that 543 MPs in Lok Sabha, I am taking the examples of Lok Sabha. But suppose that only 300 MPs are present in today's voting. Okay, 300 MPs are present for today's proceedings. Okay, 300 MPs have participated in discussions and debates in today's session, and now when the time in the evening slot or even the afternoon slot, when the time have come for voting on that bill after discussions and debates over, then the majority will count on the present membership. Okay, and voting will also count on the present membership. Discussion will be on also that present membership. Okay, so if minimum more than 50% means 50% 150, so minimum 151 supports of MP required to pass that bill, and minimum 151 MP support also required if they do not want to pass that bill. Fine. So majority mark is 151 if there are 300 MPs present, more than 50%. Okay, but see, if 300 MPs are present during discussions and debates, okay, all the 300 MPs which have come today in that house all have taken participates. Okay, not 543 MPs have come on that day for the proceedings, but only 300 MPs have come on that day for proceedings. If it happens, then you can say that if all these 300 MPs taken participates in discussions and debates on that bill, then after discussions and debates, if after half an hour, 1 hour, if now voting time has come, then it is possible that now only 200 MPs are present during time of voting. It is possible. Okay, some may absent. Okay, some may absent from the initiating point, they even do not present. Okay, or even possible that some absent from voting. Okay, they have taken participate in debates and discussions on the same day even, and but they skip the voting section. Okay, why? There are their own conditions. Okay, there are their own particular conditions. Okay, so problems. So even it is possible that all 300 MPs have taken participate in voting, but it is also possible that some of may absent from voting section. It is possible. So now majority mark, if 200 only MPs present during voting, 100 have been walked away from the house during the time of voting, then those 100 MPs are absent from the voting time. Then if all 300 MPs are present, then and all 300 MPs will vote, then majority mark will 151. Now tell me, if only 200 MPs now left during voting time, then what is the majority mark? It is 151 or 101? It is 101, because here it is clearly written that the majority of present members and voting also count on present members. Okay, so don't confuse in it. Okay, only few books I hope it will be discussed. Fine, but even many faculties miss that point. Now I am moving to the next one that will tell you something else about ordinary bills in the third reading. Okay, now let's see. During the third reading of the bill, there will be no amendments allowed because it's already being scrutinized. How? See, whenever the discussions and debates will going on, during third reading, what happens that because select committee and joint parliamentary committee have already scrutinized, verified that bill, scrutinized that bill, and after verifying, these committees returns the bill to the house for passing it, or if the MPs do not want to pass it, then it is upon the wish of the MPs. So it is already being scrutinized, or if any amendments required, then this committee amended it according to whatever they feel, whatever their opinions. So after this committee returns back the bill, either without any recommendations, suggestions or amendments, or even with any recommendations, suggestions, or even with some changes, if the bill is returned after that returning period, no one is able to amend or make changes in that bill because it is already being scrutinized by the select committee of that house or joint parliamentary. Okay, joint parliamentary committee. I hope it is clear to all of you. So I am moving to the next one. Now let's see bill in the second house. The bill first of see before moving to the second house, any bill will move to the second house only when that bill will be passed from the first house. Otherwise, if the bill will not be passed from the first house, then that bill will finish and redeemed at that point of time itself. Okay, that bill will not move further ahead in second house. Any bill will move in second house only when that bill will have turned as passed from the first house. Now, when the bill will reach to the second house, then the number of states, the procedures, the process, the functions, all will be same like the first house. Okay, if the first house, sometime first house may be Lok Sabha, in that instance Rajya Sabha becomes second house. It is even possible that sometimes Rajya Sabha termed as first house in some instance. If Rajya Sabha is first house, then automatically Lok Sabha will become second house. So anyone is possible. Okay, so whatever the procedures follow in the first house for passing that bill, the same procedures will follow in the second house too. Okay, so I hope it is clear to all of you. The same thing is written here, you can easily get it. So I am moving to the next one. Okay, see, after there are 4 options available to the second house, and second house may be anyone, either Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha too. I have already told you. So whenever the bill is sent to the second house, now there are 4 options available to the second house. 4 options. What are those options? We will see one by one. So I am moving to the next one. Okay, see, number 1, second house may pass the bill as sent by the first house without any amendments. It means, see, I am taking an example. As all of you know, I have already told you that Lok Sabha may also be termed as first house and second house according to situation. The same thing is with Rajya Sabha too. Okay, the first house and second house will depend upon that the bill has been initiated from first house to which house, that which house it is initiated, that is termed as first house. So let's see, suppose here I am taking just an example. Okay, you will not fix that. If I am taking the example of first house as Lok Sabha, then you will understand as Lok Sabha is the first house. No, I am just giving an example. Even possible that Rajya Sabha become first house, and in that case the second house will become automatically Lok Sabha. Okay, so let's see, if the Lok Sabha is first house and after crossing all the stage, the members of parliament of Lok Sabha, majority of the present members are favored in of that bill and they supported the bill, and because of that the bill is passed from the Lok Sabha. After that the bill will send to the Rajya Sabha, the second house. Okay, second house, the bill will send to the Rajya Sabha, second house. Now see, Rajya Sabha can pass the bill, can pass this bill which has earlier been passed by the Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha can also pass this bill without making any changes. Without, let's be clear here. Okay, without making any changes. Here changes will also known as amendments. Okay, amendments, fine, amendments. So it is possible that the bill is passed from Lok Sabha, there will be no change. Okay, there will be no change, even passed by the Rajya Sabha too. It is possible. Okay, Rajya Sabha can pass it with making some changes too. Okay, by making some amendments too. But see the first situation where after passing by the first house, the second house is passing the bill without making any changes in that bill. Okay, without making any amendments in that bill, just passing the same bill. Okay, not even a single point of change in that bill, passing the same bill. So the first situation is this one. Okay, so if the second house also passed it without making any changes, hear my word carefully, if the second house also passes the bill without making any changes in that bill as have passed earlier by Lok Sabha, okay, means first house here. So I am telling it again, if the second house passes the bill without making any changes, any amendments, then that bill will be termed as passing from both the houses. Passing from both the houses. And all of you know that after passing from both the houses, that bill will be sent to the President of India. Okay, President of India for the signature of the President. Only after the President will give his approval to that bill will become now an act. Okay, that bill will become now an act. Fine. So I am just talking about first situation. Okay, that first house passes the bill, second house also passes the bill without making any changes in that bill, without any amendments, just passing it. Okay, means second house is also, majority of the present members of second house is also agree with the first house. Totally agree. If they totally agree, only it is possible that there will be no change. Fine. So it is the first situation. Now I am coming to the second situation. Okay, so I am moving to the next one. See, second house may pass the bill with amendments and return to the first house for reconsideration of the bill. See, what does it mean? That second house may make any amendments in that bill, okay, and send back that bill to the first house for the reconsideration on that bill. It means, if we are termed as first house here, like example of Lok Sabha, and second house is Rajya Sabha, just taking the example, it can be vice versa too. I am just repeating it again and again. Okay, don't confuse in it. So the first number situation, that if Lok Sabha passes the bill, Rajya Sabha also passes the bill without making any changes. That is the first situation. But in second situation, if Lok Sabha passed that bill, passed the bill, okay, and sent to the, after passing the bill, sent to the second house. If Rajya Sabha has passed it too, Rajya Sabha also passed it, but not the original one. Okay, not the original one as passed from the first house, but Rajya Sabha passed it, but making some changes. Okay, passed it but making some changes, like making any amendments in that bill, any changes. Okay, amendments. Okay, amending in any point, inclusion of any point, removing of any point of that bill, anything can happen. Okay, it means there is somehow not similar like the original bill. Okay, so there will be, if any amendments will be done, any changes will be done by Rajya Sabha and passing the bill after changing that, then it will be not termed as that this bill will pass from both the houses. Okay, because Lok Sabha passed the bill, okay, and Rajya Sabha passed the bill also, but here some points have been included. It may possible because it is amended changes like this one, not like this one. Okay, so it makes any changes, amendments. So in that case, if any changes, amendments made by the second house and passes by the second house by making any changes and amendments, then again it will be sent back to the which one? Sent back to the first house again, because now there are some changes in that bill. Okay, that second house have passed it. Now if first house is agree, for majority of the first house, majority members of the present members of that house, first house, is agree with those changes. Okay, majority of the MPs are agree with these changes that has been made by the second house. Then if agree, then only then this bill will be passed from both the houses. Otherwise, if not, if majority of the members of parliament of first house are not agree with changes making by the second house, then this bill will not termed as passed from both the houses. Okay, in that case something else will happen. I have told you, okay, and I will tell you also in later. I have earlier told you too. So I am moving to the third situation. Okay, what is third situation actually saying it? So let's see. Okay, let's see here. It is even possible that second house may reject the bill totally. It is even possible that Lok Sabha pass the bill. It means here I am talking about first house, just taking the example of first house of Lok Sabha, and after passing from the first house, this bill is sent to the second house, and it is possible that majority MP, okay, majority MP of present time and voting at that time. Okay, present. Listen my word carefully. That majority of the people of second house will not in favor of that bill. So they will disagree with that bill and they will vote against that bill. In that case, it will be not passed from second house. So it is also possible that passed from the first house but not passed by the second house. Okay, this is the third thing. In that case, the bill will be finished here itself. The bill will can't return to the first house. Okay, if totally rejected by the second house in the first instance, if first time passed by the first house, sent back to the second house and totally rejected, okay, not making any changes, amendment and passing it, now it's totally directly rejected the bill. In that case, the bill here itself finished. Okay, now I am coming to the fourth one. Let's see here. The fourth point saying that second house may not take any action and thus keep the bill pending. It is possible that first house passed the bill, okay, and sent back to the second house. Here our second house is Raj Sabha in our example. Okay, so sent after passing from the first house, it is possible what? It is for sure, it is 100% that it will be sent to the second house. So it is possible after receiving the bill in the second house, it is possible that there will be no debate, discussion is going on. Okay, and even that majority MPs of Raj Sabha, means majority MPs of second house, is not taking any action on that bill. It means there is no voting going on. Okay, they are just lapsing the time. Okay, lapsing the time again and again and not taking any action on that bill. Okay, on that bill. Okay, so it is also possible there that even the second house is not passing it, not passing it without any changes or amendments. Even they are not doing like that, they are passing with any amendments or changes, even they are not doing it. Okay, even they are not directly rejected the bill, not accepted, not rejected, but apart from that they are withholding means taking no action on that bill and just pending in the second house. That bill is pending in the second house because of no action is taking by the second house. Okay, so in that case, if it will be cross 6 months, if it will touch at 6 month time, if it is more than 6 month time, then now president can call joint sitting of parliament. I have told you about the joint sitting of parliament, that I hope I will not tell each and every point. Okay, you have to also remember the fact. Now tell me that who will preside the joint sitting of parliament? It is chairman of Raj Sabha or deputy chairman of Raj Sabha? Tell me, who will lead the house, that is joint sitting of the house? Is it chairman of the Raj Sabha or deputy chairman of the Raj Sabha? Which one? Not at all. It is the speaker of the Lok Sabha. Both of them are not able. Okay, it is the speaker of the Lok Sabha who will lead the and who will preside the joint sitting of parliament. So I am moving to the next one. If the bill is pending in the second house and crosses 6 months, then a joint sitting of parliament is possible, calling by the president. Okay, so I am moving to the next one. Fine. So let's see what happens if the second house passes the bill without any amendments. Okay, so let's see. It is saying that it is a question that if first house, that may be any house, if first house passes the bill, okay, if first house passes the bill and with any changes, amendments, first house, if the passes the bill, after the passing that bill, if the second house also passing that bill without any changes and amendments, directly passing it, okay, without making any changes in that bill, if the second house passes it without any change and amendments, then that bill will be termed as passed from both the houses. Okay, passed from both the houses. This is the answer of this question and sent to the president for the approval of the president. Now moving to the next one. Okay, another question is that what happens if the second house passes the bill with any amendments? If the first house passes the bill, okay, and the second house also passes the bill but making some changes in that bill, after making some changes, amendments in that bill, only then second house is passing it. Okay, then what happens that then that bill will send to the first house again. Okay, first house again, and if the first house is agree on those changes, only then that bill will be termed as passed from both the houses. Otherwise, if the first house is not agree with the changes, the amendments made by the second house, then again joint sitting of parliament is again possible. That is calling by the president. Joint sitting will be called up by the president. Okay, so again, if there is any deadlock, deadlock means if it will be seem that right that if Lok Sabha passing it and Rajya Sabha making any changes and Lok Sabha is not agreeing on it, so there is a deadlock between both the houses. Deadlock between both the houses. Okay, that both the houses are not going to agree on any similar points. Okay, on any common points. Okay, on any common points. In that case, always okay, joint sitting of parliament is possible, and joint sitting of parliament is called by the president and presided by the speaker of the Lok Sabha. So I am moving to the next one. I hope this answer all of you have got it, the question what I have presented right now. So now, what happens if the first house rejects the bill, rejects the amendment suggested by the second house? Let's see what this question is telling. If first house is passing the bill, hear my word carefully, otherwise you will get confused. Okay, if the first house passing the bill and the second house making any changes, amendments, after making any changes, amendments, the second house is also passing, but after making any changes, amendments, now that bill will have to go again in the first house. If the second house also passing the bill without any changes, then there is nothing, there is no need to send back again it to the first house. Okay, directly if the first house also passing it and the second house also passing it without any changes, then directly that bill will be termed as passing from both the houses and sent to the president for the approval of the president. But if the first house is passing the bill and the second house is also passing the bill, but by making any changes, amendments, then that bill will again send back to the first house. Okay, so what happens if the bill will again send back to the first house with making any changes, amendments done by the second house? In that case, if the first house is agree on the changes made in that bill by the second house, then it will be termed as, that bill will be termed as passed from both the houses. But if the first house is not agree on whatever changes made by the second house in that bill, then again a joint sitting of parliament is possible. Okay, so I hope this question is getting more clearizing or views and opinions. Okay, I have provided this question so that all the things will be repeated again and again. Okay, so I hope all of you have got the answers of these questions. So I am moving to the next one. Okay, so I am moving to the next one. Fine. What happens if the second house does not take any action on the bill for 6 months? You already got the answers. If the second house does not take any action, first house passes the bill, second house does not taking any action on that bill, just keep pending that bill in the second house. In that case, again, if 6 months cross, okay, 6 months cross, then just after the overlapping of 6 months, again a possibility of joint sitting of parliament is definitely possible. Fine. So now let's move to the next one. Let's see. During joint sitting of both the houses, if the majority members present and voting in favor, then bill will be deemed as passed. So what happens when joint sitting of parliament will sit, okay, will happen, then definitely it will be a speaker of Lok Sabha who will preside this joint sitting, and this joint sitting will be called up by the president. It is only and sole right of president. Only president can call the joint sitting of parliament, but only on the recommendation and aid and advice of councils of minister headed by the prime minister. I hope all of you are now correlating all the things. Okay, so in that case, suppose if, just taking example, that 500 MPs of Lok Sabha present on that day of joint sitting and 200 MPs of Rajya Sabha present on that day of joint sitting, then total it will be 700 MPs by mixing together. Now the majority will be 351, more than 50%, minimum 351 majority. If the bill have to pass then minimum support of 351 required. Okay, this will also depend on that if 700 MP is present on that day in joint sitting, and when the voting time has come, if 100 MPs have walked out from the parliament from the joint sitting, then only it is 600 MPs remain, then that majority will not 351, now the majority will be 301. Okay, 50% plus 1 minimum. So now all of you are getting it. If the bill will not pass from joint sitting, if the 301, if 600 MPs present and 301 are in against of that bill, then the bill will be finished at that point of time. Now there is no future of that bill. Okay, if the majority of the MPs will support that bill and vote in favor of that bill, then that bill will be termed as passed from both the houses and directly sent to the President of India. But it is not possible that you can directly introduce and vote on any bill directly in joint sitting. Okay, you can only arrange joint sitting of parliament only when there will be a deadlock between Lok Sabha and Raj Sabha. Okay, so I hope it is clear to all of you. So I am moving to the next one. Now let's see assent of the president. As all of you know that assent of the president, that after assent of the president issue will come only when, okay, only when the bill will pass from both the houses. If the bill will not passing from both the houses, okay, not passing from the both the houses, if pass from first house, not passing from second house, okay, then in that situation it will even not going to the assent of the president. Okay, only after passing from both the houses or passing from the joint sitting of the parliament, okay, only then the bill can be sent to the president for the approval of the president, for the assent of the president. I hope it is clear to all of you. So I am moving to the next one. There are three options available to the President of India. Okay, if any bill, let's see here, I am moving to the next one. Okay, and I will tell you all those things in that part. Just know that there are three options available to the president. If any bill goes to the president, president have three options. Okay, what president can do with that bill, president have three options. Fine. So let's see here. First one, president may give his approval to the bill. Okay, president may give his approval to the bill. Fine. It means if first house passes the bill, second house also passes the bill by any means. Okay, like first house passes the bill, second house also directly passes the bill. In that case too, both the houses are passing the bill, then that will be sent to the president. If first house passes the bill, second house passes the bill but making some changes, then that bill will again send to the first house, and if first house is agree in that scene too, it will be termed as passing from both the houses, and that will again send to the president. If there is any deadlock between both the houses and in joint sitting of parliament the bill will be passed, then the bill will be directly sent to the president's signature. Okay, so when the bill is sent to the president's approval, then there are three options available to the President of India, that president can do any of these three things. President can apply any of these three options to that bill. The first one is president may give his approval to the bill. Okay, president will sign on that bill. It means president is giving his approval to that bill. Just after signing it and taking this bill in the record of Indian government, just after doing that, this will become an act. Okay, so the first option available to the president is this one. Now the second option available to the President of India will be, okay, so I am moving to the next one, that will show you about the second option available to the President of India regarding the bill sent to the President of India. Second option, president may withhold his approval to the bill. Even that president may withhold his approval, it means if you will see the next one, you can understand easily get second one. Okay, so I am moving to the next one, and I will cover all those in the third one. It is even possible that the president may return the bill for reconsideration. Okay, the first thing is that president is giving his approval, president is signing on that bill. Okay, so it is okay, that bill will become an act. But it is possible that president is not agreeing on whatever the provisions in that bill, if president not agree, even passed from both the houses, if president will not agree, then president can send back this bill to the Parliament of India, and president will send back it by some recommendations, some suggestions. Okay, recommendations and suggestions. So another option available to the president is that president can send back this bill again to the Parliament by giving some suggestions, recommendations. Okay, or by saying anything that look, this is not good, this is provision is not good in this bill. Okay, but again listen my words, I am telling you right itself, otherwise I will tell you again in separate session too, that if after president will send back to the recommendation again to the house, then if, see my words, if both of the houses passes the bill and send to the president, but if president feels that there is certain suggestions, recommendations that should be applied in that bill, and president is not signing on that bill, apart from that president is sending back that bill to the Parliament with some recommendations, suggestions, and if Parliament is accepting his recommendations, suggestions, and again after accepting it, okay, after accepting it, now again send back to the president, then president will definitely sign it, because the wish, the desire of the president is going to be fulfilled, because whatever the suggestions, recommendations made by the president, that is fulfilled by the Parliament. After fulfilling their wish, their opinions, Parliament is sending back to the bill again to the president, and now definitely it is 99.99% sure that bill will be signed by the president. But if whatever the recommendations, suggestions given by the president of India and send that bill to the Parliament again, then it means if Parliament have passed the bill from both the houses, sent to the president, president returns the bill and giving some suggestions, recommendations, then it is not necessary that Parliament have to accept these recommendations or suggestions. If Parliament is accepting that, that is well good. Okay, president will also feel very good and president will sign it. But what happen if Parliament is not accepting those recommendations, suggestions, and again passing the bill from both the houses and send back to the president? Then in that case, president have no choice. President will have to sign on that. President will have to sign on that bill in second instance. Okay. Now the second one is that I have told you during the lecture of president that president has some veto powers. So president can use those veto powers. If you are not getting what are veto powers, you can go through my lectures of President of India. You can see the detailed things about veto powers. So veto powers means what happens? Like in second house, what happens that if first house passes the bill and second house is not taking any action, just keeping it pending the bill. But if it crosses the 6 months, then joint sitting of Parliament is possible. But it is also possible with president. If first house passing the bill, second house passing the bill, sent to the President of India, and if President of India have also the option, President of India also the option of withholding, pending this bill by keeping this bill with himself or herself. Okay, President will take no action on that bill. It has the power of the President. It is known as veto power. So it is which veto power? Okay, analyzing yourself. If you are not getting in, just go to the lecture of President of India. So President has also this option that President will keep this bill withhold to himself or herself. President will keep this bill pending and taking no action on that bill. Okay, not even returning that bill to the Parliament by suggesting any recommendation, suggestion, or not even signing on that bill, just keeping that bill to himself or herself. Okay, that is veto power. Okay, so I am moving to the next one. Okay, so a question is, what happens if the President returns the bill for the reconsideration? I have told you, if President returns the bill for the reconsideration, it has the power of the President. President can do it, and both the houses pass the bill again. Both the house pass the bill again. Okay, if first house passes the bill, second house passes the bill, President is not signing on it. Instead of signing on it, President is suggesting some recommendations, suggestions. Okay, and send it back to the Parliament, means in the house, the respective houses. Okay, then in that case Parliament may accept these recommendations of President, or Parliament may not accept these recommendations of Parliament. If Parliament passing this bill again from both the houses, okay, if this bill is again passed from both the houses with accepting these suggestions or without accepting these suggestions, if Parliament is passing even the bill again with the original one that has been sent to the President in the first time, even that, if the bill is sent back again to the President by passing from both the houses, then President have to sign it. Either the suggestions, recommendations were included in that bill or not, it doesn't matter. If again the bill will have passed from both the houses again, either accepting the President recommendations or not, okay, it is upon the Parliament. If the Parliament is again sending back to the bill to the President, then President have no choice, President have to sign on it. Okay, so the answer of this question is the similar one what I have told you right now. So I am moving to the next one. Okay students, so it is over today. This is all for the ordinary bills. So ordinary bills is clear to all of you, I hope so. I have covered in so much detail that you can easily get it, because ordinary bills are always in news. Okay, always in news. If you don't know about bills, how any bills become act, then you have no knowledge in polity classes. Okay, you have no knowledge in field of Parliament of India. You don't know your democracy. Okay, you have to know the full procedures of Parliament, that how any bill become an act. Okay, how any bill become an act. Like recently form bills become an act only when form bills have passes from the same procedures that I have taught you right now. So next one I am coming to the money bill or some other bills. This is only for ordinary bills. So we will meet tomorrow again. Okay, students, fine. So we will meet again in the next session. So thank you students, thank you so much.